Hey, how's it going, my friends out there in podcast land? It's your host of the No Girlfriend podcast, Chris Barnes. With me, as always, is my buddy, my commiserator, Spencer Jabara. How's it going, pal?
It's going quite well, except for the fact that I'm freezing my ass off in this cold weather we're having. What about you?
It isn't that cold, bro. It's like a balmy -10.
I can't wear my shorts outside. Then it's too cold for me.
Hey, if you can't wear your shirts outside, it's because you're not tough enough.
Oh,
That's the issue. And for me, I'm fine. I'm a little hungover. Had a wild night with some pals last night. Shout out to the home buddies, the high school pals. We went wild last night. It was a good time. But now I'm like here, centered, feeling good, and ready to jump into this pod.
Do you think this is the last night you'll be drunk before the new year?
New Year's Eve is coming up.
Besides New Year's
There's
Eve.
New Year's Eve. There's the 30th, 29th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, and tonight. So probably no. Yeah. It was a good time though. Yeah. So let's hop into the new experience of the week. The week. Hey, Spencer, do you wanna start us off, fam?
Yeah. Well, actually, mine's kind of a continuation of
Yeah, it can be
last
continuations.
week. No, but there's
Okay,
new revelations. All right.
All right.
right?
Sorry. Can we make it an ongoing segment then? Instead of like,
No, it's
instead of like
the ongoing saga of my legal
let's
trial.
Let's spin a little spin off that into another part of the podcast. I'm making part of your experience.
You know what? It was a great experience, Chris. And once I tell you the experience, you're going to realize why it's worth noting. All right?
Fine. Okay.
Thank
Whatever.
you.
All right.
So, anyways, so as I mentioned in I think it was last week's podcast, I'm going to be suing somebody soon. But I had a little predicament I was in. I only had their first name and their phone number, and I forgot their address.
Oh, that's
so
bullshit.
in order to serve someone with a lawsuit, I have to figure out where they live, right? So I didn't know what to do.
Makes sense.
So I've never done this before, right? So my first instinct was like, okay, I'll go to the police station, right? See, maybe they can help me out. So they were no help because apparently they can't give information like that to anyone who walks in. So they said you should go to the courthouse.
Can I have your last name and address, please?
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, I go to the courthouse that's around town, and I'm with a buddy of mine, and we go in, and there's no lineup for their desk for small claims. So I go there, I speak to the lady there, and I'm like, hey, I explain the situation, etc., etc. So she says she's like late 40s, or early 50s. And she says, oh, you know what I think you have to do? You might have to hire like a private investigator. Apparently it's very cheap, but you have to hire a private investigator to track her down, etc.
Really? That's pretty excessive.
Yeah, anyway, so I was like, ugh,
I mean, that was a real profession, private investigator. That's only something you see in movies and TV.
no, it's a real thing.
Oh, shit, okay.
Anyways, so like she's very just normal. Right? And then, like, I kind of go in a little bit of the story. And this is Ontario. Like, she works at the courthouse. Ontario Public Service. All right? I'm going to be using certain language here, but this is all quoting. I swear to God. So I'm explaining the situation. And the lady just looks at me and she says, wow, this girl sounds like a fucking whore.
Wow,
That's what she said. And she
really?
works for Ontario Public Service.
Jesus.
I was like, I was so taken back. I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Right? But then she starts going off. Again, these are all quotes from her. She's like, I can't stand bitches like that. They're just a bunch of cheap skanks out there. And she's going, like, I couldn't.
She
in the
snapped.
courthouse.
In the courthouse?
Yeah, in the courthouse, right? Like, we're at the desk, right? Right at the entrance of the courthouse. And there's no one behind us or anything. So we're having this really long conversation. She's like, and so I'm explaining how a lot of my interactions with her happen on Snapchat. So she's like, okay, what's this bitch's Snapchat? And so I'm like, I gave it to her, and she adds her on Snap.
Someone's having a bad day. Holy shit. Wait, the judge on Snapchat?
What? Nothing. No, not a judge. She's a receptionist at the courthouse.
Oh,
no,
that was the judge.
No.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I was just snapping out there in court, and the bailiff's right next to her.
So no, so she puts in whatever, and then I'm like explaining how she deleted me on Facebook, everything. She's like, okay, well, what's her Facebook name? She's gonna look her up on Facebook on her phone right there at the desk. So she starts looking her up on Facebook, finds her name on Facebook, and the girl has. I mentioned last week how I'm suing her over a jacket that I bought her. Since she's blocked me on Facebook, her new display picture is her wearing the jacket that I bought her. So, I mean, it's just a real, like, kick in the balls. When she finds her, and she's like, and now the receptionist is looking at the pictures and reading the comments, right? And she's reading the comments and she's like, "Oh, I hate when bitches say stuff like, 'Oh, you're so gorgeous.'" Yeah, look at these bitches. Like
Jesus
I couldn't believe
Christ.
what I was listening to, right? I'm like I'm trying to be all nice and professional and she's
Yeah.
just like swearing up a storm. So she's going off and it's like, oh, like this is her aunt. So then she creeps her aunt because I know the girl lives with her aunt. So then she creeps her and is like going through all this stuff, getting all the information where they go to, where the girl goes to school, where her aunt lives. She's basically doing the private investigative work at the desk on her smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, it's just making jokes and like I'm not gonna be mean, like I'm kind of laughing along with her, but in my head I'm just like, man, this is like the craziest. I would never expect this. I thought it would be all very professional, very elegant, but it's the total opposite. And then like she starts going about like how'd you meet this girl, right? And I was like, I met her on a dating app, and she's like, which one? And so I tell her, and she's like, oh, I'm on that same dating app. I swear to God. So it's the strangest thing.
Did you get her number?
No, well, actually, yeah, she texted me all the stuff for the.
Hey, my boy.
But anyways, it's just hilarious. Honestly, she was very nice to me. Very, very sweet to me, and she was quite funny. But I mean, I did not expect this level of vulgarity from someone who works in the Ontario public sector. Or you know what? Maybe this is exactly what I would expect from the Ontario public sector. Maybe that's different.
So you're gonna call her up again, take her out? You know,
no,
want to get the jacket back?
I think she's 30 years like older than me, Chris. Probably not.
Hey man, I'm just gonna be against age.
Anyways, that's my experience of the week. I'm curious where it's going to go from here. I'm going to probably wait till the new year to pursue it because, no one's going to give a shit. What investigator or police officer is going to care about it when it's like Christmas time, right? So
Jessica Jones might.
Whatever, Chris. A terrible show anyways.
That's a great show. What are you talking about? Oh my God, it was so good.
No, it was
I hate you.
It was very boring.
You have no taste.
It should have been 9 episodes long. They didn't just stretch it like 13 episodes.
The ending was kind of weird when they kind of spiraled off all that shit with Killian and stuff. It's kind of weird, but otherwise I liked it.
You mean?
What, who's Killian? It's Iron Man, right?
Kilgrave is the villain.
So Killian's Iron Man 3, right?
It's Killian. I've never heard that.
I think it's from Iron Man 3.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, the Mandarin is Iron Man 3.
There's two bad guys in Iron Man 3. Remember the guy who shoots flames?
All right. Anyways, so that's my new experience of the week anyways. So what's your new experience of the week?
So mine's a little personal. So I recently had this. I achieved something pretty big the other day. I'll tell you about after the podcast. And then so my parents decided to take me out to dinner, and this is our first time like all going out to dinner since their divorce. And so it's been a little while since we've all been in the same room. Actually, it's been about like maybe 4 years. This is where it's gonna be like awkward or uncomfortable. Or it's gonna like lecture me for X hours straight. So it was whatever. Hop into Dad's car. He picks us up, takes us to the restaurant. Like it wasn't that bad actually. Like
what restaurant?
It was, what was it called? Michael's Back Door in Streetsville.
Oh yeah,
it's
I know
a nice
exactly
Italian place.
Yeah,
it's really nice. Great atmosphere, great food. We had a really funny waiter. It's pretty good time. Honestly, like, yeah, a lot better than I expected. Like, well, I expected there's like a decent amount of my parents being like, "Hey, so don't marry anyone who sucks." Decent amount of my parents being like, "Hey, you should save your money. Don't spend all on fucking shit." Decent amount of just like general lecturing, but like it wasn't as bad as I expected. You know, it was a little fun, and also I also had a lot of wine, so it may have helped it. But like, it was a pretty good night.
What was the special occasion? Like, why did it happen like this? Because it hasn't happened in so long. So what was like?
I said I'll tell you after the podcast. The top of the hour, bro. Relax.
Okay.
Talk about it off mic.
I'm naturally
not for you people, but but yeah, actually, it was a pretty decently fun time. You know, like, yeah, you know, it might not happen again for a little while, but like, yeah, you know. I mean, now and then it's not so bad.
So who wins new experience of the week this time, Chris? I mean, yours is a very nice personal story, very heartfelt.
Yeah.
But mine is more like...
I'm going to give it to me.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Mine, you wouldn't expect my story.
Yeah, but mine's different.
How's yours different?
Mine's actually a new experience.
Well, mine's a new experience. I've never had to investigate someone before.
Continuation of the first one.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's get both of us then. Make a tie this week.
It's already tied 1-1.
No. You know, you can get more points. 2-2 now.
No, it's 2-2. Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
it's alright.
Just confirming you're not cheating with the scores here.
Yeah, man. It's a spirit of giving, man. It's holiday season. Let's both points, all right? All right, fine. Speaking of the holidays, we're going to celebrate one of our personal favorite holiday traditions here on the pod for you guys out there. It's called Festivus. Give us a little background, Spencer, on what is Festivus. You know,
Well,
what
anyone who's
part of it entails.
well, if anyone who follows Seinfeld, the greatest sitcom of all time.
Actually, though, it's amazing. I love Seinfeld so much.
Yeah. So no, it's a holiday started on there where we get to talk about It's the airing of grievances, right? And I got a lot of problems with you, Chris, and today you're going to hear about them.
Hey, it's live in the episode actually. If you guys didn't get the reference, but yeah. So basically, what they do is they get around the table and talk about what they don't like, each other that happened in the past year or the past life in general. Just kind of like get all off their chest and be like nice and chill for the new year. You know, you don't want to carry any of that like resentment going forward in 2017. You want to get out of the year, out of the way this year. So
Chris and I have decided we've come up with three things that we hate about each other.
I can honestly make some more, but yeah, kept to three. Kept to three.
And so we're just going to go a little back and forth, a little, I'll try and argue because I'm sure all of his critiques are completely baseless, but we're just going to have to see.
Sure, yes.
I've been looking forward to this, Chris.
Same, honestly.
For 10 years, I've been looking forward to this.
Since the day I met you, I just wanted to shit on you, and now I get the opportunity. It's great, honestly. I almost cry.
Who wants to go first?
You want to give a little, nice thing about this so we don't hurt each other's feelings, you know?
No, it's...
Oh, do you want to?
I want to.
Do you want to dig right into this?
Yeah,
okay. All right.
You go first.
Let me get mentally prepared then. Okay. Let me pull up my dossier here.
Is this order of any sort of order? Or is it just
no? It's order
three that we throw out there.
I'm gonna go from least to most.
Least to most. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
Okay. So I literally have hundreds of things I could say about you. I hate your beard. It's gross.
What do you mean you hate my? You're what the top.
I hate your laugh.
Oh my god!
I hate
my laugh.
The way you eat food. It's just all
Oh,
disgusting.
Chris, are you looking in a mirror? You have a worse beard than I do.
Okay, I'm not trying to grow a
scratchy laugh.
Oh my god!
Are you eating? Are you gonna talk about eating?
Oh my god! Okay, chill, bro. I'm gonna get into the real ones. Okay.
Holy.
Okay, you know this one's coming, man. This one's the most important one. Not the most important.
There's one I know that you're gonna. Or two,
yeah, and I'm starting out this right now.
Go ahead.
It's your fucking driving, bro. People out there, this man, whenever we get into a car with him, we literally almost always get into an accident. Okay. There's been multiple occasions where I've almost been T-boned and hit by somebody else's guys either playing Pokemon Go or texting or just not paying attention, putting on his rap and just doing shit he shouldn't be doing while driving at full speed, and then just doesn't give any fucks about my safety in the car, and it's honestly ridiculous and morally reprehensible how you drive, man. I don't know how you got your G before I did. Well, actually, I do. I do. But not right now. But yeah, your driving sucks. And as a new driver, I can clearly tell your driving is inferior to mine.
Oh my god. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're currently inferior to me.
Alright, so now I'm going to say the truth here.
You want to rebut?
Yeah, of course, right?
Yeah.
And so everyone listening, that's the charge, but of course they know that they can listen to me because I'm going to be the one who actually tells the truth about this
my
subject.
god,
so
buddy.
First,
I'm
going to say a couple things.
Yeah.
One, Chris is not entirely wrong about the accident issue he brings up, because it's something strange when I'm with Chris is very distracting, first of all.
Okay,
I'm
just doing my own thing. It's not like I'm fucking playing arm with a yo-yo next to you.
Anyway, so when I am in the car with Chris, I do it does look like I'm more accident prone.
Yeah.
I've never been in an accident with Chris in the car. But yes, he's right there. I have made silly mistakes with him in the car, mistakes that I wouldn't usually make. But I'll give that to Chris because from Chris's experience, I think every other time he's in the car, we do have some sort of close call. So I'll give him that partially.
Okay.
All right, but the idea that you can actually conjure up the words that you are a better driver than I am, buddy, that is the most laughable.
That's hard facts.
False.
That's hard facts.
I'm sorry, Chris. You already embarrassed me before. You failed your G2 because you crashed your driving instructor's car.
Wow, you're gonna get into this one, right? That was 3 years ago.
No, it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. That is straight out of a cartoon.
Okay.
That is straight out of a television
show. There are things that happen around that, man. Okay, it was a snowy day. It was a huge.
So people. If you're
it was my first time driving in the snow, and I was a young tot. Okay,
3 years ago, Chris, were you 20 years old?
Yeah, I was young. It was a huge ass snowbank.
Out of diapers. 20 years old.
It's snow all over the ground, man. First time driving in the snow. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I took a turn.
The snow on the ground.
Turn went wide.
Decided to go into a snowbank.
Okay, the turn went wide.
The driving teacher, they owe hundreds of dollars for their car.
400.
$400.
Not hundreds.
This is literally when people say they're doing a road test, and they go to the place to take a road test. This is exactly what you would expect from a sitcom. All right, literally, like, it's from a sitcom. No one expects this to happen in real life.
It's very SpongeBob-esque of me.
Yes, exactly. All right, so you're getting...
Okay, all right. It's like saying I was bad at math in grade 7. Okay, yeah, I was bad at math in grade 7.
Were you bad at math in grade 7?
Well, I was bad at grade 10 math in grade 7. But I'm better at grade 10 math now. Because time has progressed, I've improved. Okay, now I've improved as a driver,
right?
Substantially, exponentially. I might even add.
I was a bad driver.
You still are a bad driver, fam.
Shut up! I'm a fantastic driver. I'm an aggressive driver, but I'm a fantastic driver. Yeah. Chris is like the most nervous backseat driver type you'll ever have in your car. Oh my god, eyes on the road, Spencer. Eyes on the road.
He's playing Pokemon Go while talking driving.
Pokemon Go while I'm driving since the thing came out. Okay, like
that was not long ago.
Yeah, it was like in the summer, 6 months ago. Regardless, he's just so nervous.
I'm not nervous. It's my life in the matter.
As I'm driving, right? And it's like, and there's a couple times where he's legitimately had a case. So Spencer, that was a stupid mistake you made on the road. And I'll be, you know what, Chris? I apologize. You are right. I've apologized a few times. But he's acting like I'm like some madman, like Mad Max in Mississauga. Like, give me a break. That's not the case at all. But I'll say you're a quarter right. Maybe you're a quarter right, but you're getting some accent.
All right, okay. We can move on then. Keep keeping things flowing. Do you want to go next?
Yes, of course. Okay, so mine. Dig into me. My least, I guess. But anyone who knows you, Chris, knows that this is coming.
Okay, what is it? All right.
This is undeniable. I know you're gonna have to admit this. You are easily, without question, the messiest individual I have ever encountered in my entire life.
That's a huge boost.
Dude, you are the messiest person I could even like we used to live with each other in university.
Yeah, I was not messy. Messy then.
I have pictures.
Go on.
All right, just like things strewn everywhere. I know for you, Chris, just how you are. I think this is a guess that you still know how to keep track of things in a mess. Like, it's like a organized chaos, as they like to say. Mm-hmm. But man, if anyone just goes into any place that's predominantly like Chris is in, like by himself for any prolonged period of time, you are gonna see just like papers everywhere, food, bags of like McDonald's, water bottles, like spills, just dirt. The worst thing imaginable.
Tracking
yes, and other things that I won't mention on this podcast.
Okay.
It's just like terrible messes everywhere. It's like a tornado rips through anywhere he stays. I know I'm not the only person with this critique of you, Chris. I know. Remember, even like in elementary school.
Oh my god!
All
the teachers, to age 9,
all
age
of the
8.
Teachers would come down on Chris and be like, "What's your desk?" They'd look at his desk.
Oh
and be
my
like,
god!
How is this?
Like fucking 10 plus years ago. Hey, Jesus!
It's just like, dude, it's a nightmare, man. I don't know how you live
like
that. I honestly don't know how you live like
that. May I rebut?
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
I will acquiesce. All right, I am messy in my own living room, like not my own living room, my bedroom, the place I'm sleeping. There's gonna be clothing, there'll be papers. Okay, shut up. Okay, yeah, the basement's a little messy too. I have to do clean when I get back home.
And your car?
My car actually is a mess. My car is a mess right now. Yeah, fine. Any area where I like spend a large portion of time is messy, but I do keep shared spaces clean. Like I don't leave I don't leave bathroom mess. Yeah, people leave bathroom mess are gross. Like piss on the seats or like pubic hair or like just shitting literally everywhere. That's not me. But or like leaving like dirty plates in living rooms. And Spencer, I live with you. You'd eat like chicken nuggets, like douse it in ketchup. Get up, leave the plate in the living room.
No, I would leave it in the sink, actually.
Well, still, that's still gross.
That's a valid critique. I have done that, and anyone who's lived with me will probably know that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll give you that. All right, but to like, I'll say my messiness level is maybe a 5 out of 10. If on a like the worst it'll get is like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 6 out of 10. Your messiness level, Chris, it breaks the scale. It is beyond.
Oh my god! Okay, relax.
Chris, I swear to God, dude, I'm not even just trying to like. Exaggerate here and use hyperbole for the podcast. I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, feel this way. It is like
now you're hurting my feelings.
I'm sorry. Okay. Just like this is what I mean. And so it's like you know, like when what is it? The East Mississauga studios when we
Okay,
recorded the podcast.
okay. I wasn't ready for you that day.
I wasn't ready for me that day, or the subsequent days we recorded the East Mississauga
Every other day afterwards.
Yeah. So, but man, no, you are a very messy individual, Chris. I think you have to just confess to that one overall.
Okay, I live with messier people though, you know.
Well,
all right. Okay, I'm gonna say I've seen worse than myself, and like it is dark. You think I'm bad? Wait, let's see the other side of me. Okay.
Anyways, Chris. So now your turn.
Okay.
For your second most prominent critique of myself.
So this one is number 2 on the list. It's this one kind of recently. It arose recently in more of university times.
Okay.
But you know me. I'm a party guy. I like to go out. I like to do things. I like to have fun. I like to get aggressively drunk. It's like
I have no idea where this is going.
I get ridiculous. Right. But you'll always critique me for being smashed or doing who knows what. And you always getting real preachy, saying drinking is immoral. You know, getting all that drunk is immoral. You always giving me a hard time. You know, being a real buzzkill. When was that one time you were being a real buzzkill? Was it the time I went out to the club with some of our roommates, and we came back and I got really it was really gross in the toilet the next morning.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. No, there's been other times, and you know what? Keep going.
There's other times, Nick. Yeah, you've been very, might I say, preachy. Yeah. When I know, even though you do not do these things, you do things that are equally as bad in other spheres of the vice world.
That's a stretch.
You have some vices that I will not go into right now that are worse than mine.
You can go into them, Chris.
I don't want to go into them for your sake. But yeah, and I don't know why you're always giving me crap for calling me some kind of heathen when you're also pretty bad, bro.
All right, so I hear that, and it's so funny because that's actually perfectly mirrors my second one. So I'm going to say mine, and then we can get into the broader discussion of it.
Gotcha.
Because it definitely my second one is almost like that exactly, except worded differently. My critique of you, Chris, is that I feel that you lack basic common sense around certain things, just common sense, you're not streetwise,
oh my god, I saw that one time last week, and that's your idea.
I always felt that. So, and it goes into this, right? Because people drink, right? I actually don't judge people that drink. Almost everyone I know drinks. Maybe everyone I know who's of age.
You're
drinks.
pretty judgy in third year.
No, there's a difference between I don't judge you for having a drink, Chris. I judge you when it's you tell stories I got fucking wasted and threw up in this Uber guy's car. That's what I'm Chris. Come on, dude. And that's just basic things you just don't do.
Okay, that's not street smart. It's more basic decency.
All right, so if we're talking about just common sense, right?
Yeah, okay.
This is a good example, right?
Okay,
this is some behind the scenes podcast knowledge.
Is this gonna really sewer me?
This is no. This is just the most recent example, right? Okay. I can point to tons of these. But it's little small things like this that just cut deep.
Okay.
I don't have to experience them all the time. So we're recording our podcast. I can't remember which podcast it was, but we're in your basement. Okay. All right. We both have water bottles.
Oh.
So we're drinking, right? Drinking water bottles. We're sitting down. Chris decides to place his water bottle next to his feet without a cap on. All right. Then as we're recording, he knocks it over. But I'm okay, he knocks it over, whatever. So we finish the podcast. He cleans it. Or sorry, he picks up the bottle. We finish the podcast. We're talking for a bit. We're walking around. We're having a good time just conversating. All of a sudden, I start stepping in the water. I'm Chris, it's been spilled here for how long? Half hour, almost an hour now? And you haven't cleaned it? There's just spilled water. You're just going to leave
because we were recording the podcast. What do you want me to do?
The podcast.
It wasn't that long afterwards.
I had left your house. And it was still not clean until I had left. No, it wasn't. Yeah, you didn't clean until I left.
I cleaned when you started making a big deal about it.
Regardless. It's just things like that. Who just leaves the spill or
It was water. Chill. Yeah, it's not I spill blood everywhere and
No. It's just common sense, just how you act, just how you are. And I guess when you're saying the drinking thing, that's what I'm kind of coming down on that. The whole just drinking till you can't stomach anything anymore. I come from that as that's just common sense, where you come at it as that's me being a buzzkill. You see what I mean? So it's because you just have different opinions on it in general.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't have anything. People, everyone I know drinks, right? And you get drunk every now and again. I get it, right? But sometimes it's just man, it's just a nightmare. Or it's you'll do things you'll just get a poutine after you're drunk and just leave it on the counter and then eat it in the morning.
Oh, I've done that.
I've
doing that.
Yeah, it's just like stuff like that. I'm just like, man, Chris, like, ugh. Like I just these little things that amount to so much at the end of the day. Like,
Okay, I wouldn't say it's like common sense. It's more of just like a different like consideration. What's considered decent, you know? Like I have a certain version, you have a certain version, you know. It's one of those ones they clash.
yeah, okay, I agree with that, but I feel like my version is pretty fair and pretty like reasonable, whereas opposed to like.
All right,
sometimes
fair,
I think
I do have a bad sense of like general space around me, like knowing that things are in relation to my body. I knock things over a lot, drop things,
and I'm judgy more with like. I mean, like when people tell me that they do drugs, right? Like maybe besides marijuana, outside of like I've never smoked, right? I'm not a fan of marijuana at all. And I'm against legalization because legalizing marijuana is a terrible idea.
Okay, let's discuss that later podcast.
But no, like I'm not super judgy. I'll get the worse the drug, I'll get judgier about it. But it's like I don't think I'm too judgmental. Like when someone's saying they're going out drinking, I'm not like raising an eyebrow. Like, are you sure? Like that's not what I do, right? I think, come on, like. I definitely have my views, but don't pretend like I'm like totally just like this tyrant.
Man. Like we've had a couple of parties back when we were living together, and like you'd come home to the party and you used to be like instantly like upset. Like,
oh my god,
yeah,
no, that's not true.
I used to walk into the house and just been like, what the fuck? And then it's like walk into your room. If I was like
that must have been something bad. Oh, if it's like St. Pat, obviously we won't go to that. But like if it's St.
Not St. Pat, it's a different occasion.
Yeah, but I mean
St. Pat is pretty raucous.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I don't know. I would have to like know. Like if you said I walked in to like you with your buddies, and I was like, really? Like I must have seen something that really teed me off. Like I wouldn't have just walked in like there's people in the on the premises. Like this is outrageous. Like there had to have been something that must have set me off if it was that bad. Was there poutine spilled on the counter?
I think
was like half-eaten shawarma there.
Being loud. It might have been like a weekday or something.
Oh, well, and then, that's just like general like courtesy. Don't keep people up like on a weekday.
It wasn't that late. It was like maybe 8 or something.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, all right.
So that's fine. Whatever. I'll give you a half point on that one.
Okay, and I'll be fair. Yeah, I am kind of messy. You know, I could be a little
just basic like. Just like, let's say you, like, things, I feel like, I don't know if you've done this, but I feel like you have.
What?
You'll be the type of guy who will, like, pay with your debit card and not put your debit card back into your wallet. You just put it in your pocket.
I would never do that.
You never do that?
I don't do that at the drive-thru.
But, you know, like, these are the sorts of, like, okay, assuming you did, these are sorts of, like, just common sense things that, like, you do things that are equal to that in like, just annoyance for me, like just like bad. You may have bad judgment on these little small issues in your life, and that's what I mean when I say you have comments. Like, don't you?
I have bad judgment issues in my life.
Chris.
Relax,
Chris,
there.
You do.
Okay, all right.
Anyways, that's my critique on your comments. So you can go to your number one. I know. Okay. I think I know what your number one is. Now,
yeah, my number one.
Yeah. So let's see what it is, and I'll tell you what I thought it was. If you say.
I hate tasting music. It sucks.
Is that really your number one?
No, it's not your number one.
I was shocked.
Okay, so this is my number one. This is the real number one. This is a real big cheeser for me.
I know exactly what it is, Chris. And if I get it right, then I win.
All right, go. What do you think?
No,
you say no.
I swear to God, Chris.
How can I say? How can I say?
Give me a pen. I'll write it down.
Okay, yeah. Newlywed Game style. All right, here we go.
1 second. I'm writing it down. Don't say
he's currently writing it down. People out there in Pakistan, you can't see this, but he's currently writing it down.
And then you're going to read it if I'm right.
He's almost done, looks like. He's writing very, very
all right, so that's I wrote it.
Okay.
So did you read it? Do you see what I wrote?
Well, obviously not.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So say what your number one is for me. And then you can read what I wrote.
Okay, my number one is like, it's just the way you argue, you know?
Yeah, okay. Specifically?
Oh my god, it's just like, sometimes when you're more, it's like you're very strongly opinionated.
Yes.
And so like occasionally when you have these very strong opinions and other people's opinions kind of like differ from what you view.
Yeah.
You tend to just like get really upset about them.
So what would I say?
And I just call him idiot or something like that. Just call him stupid.
So Chris, read what I wrote.
Wow. Idiot.
So read it out loud. Read it.
Okay. I can't read that loud.
I wrote, I call people I disagree with idiots. And that's exactly what Chris said.
I actually wrote call idiot on my notes.
So there we go. So, no, I knew you were coming through that.
Yeah.
And anyways, you can embellish. Keep going.
No, yeah, it's very true. Like, we'll argue about, like, even the most innocuous of things, and you'd be like, you're an idiot. Or, like, we'll argue about, like, things like electoral college, or, like, all kinds of other like big picture ideas, you know, like
we won't argue about the Electoral College. You'll only bring about when other people start bringing that up. You had no idea what the Electoral College was.
I learned. I looked it up.
Okay, you're an idiot, Chris.
King's over.
Anyways, I'll keep going.
You called me an idiot last night too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you use that word a lot, man.
I do use that word a lot,
and I feel like it kind of like detracts from like a good discussion or a good argument, because like you call me idiot, and I don't want to like argue, and I want to fight you.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to have like
fight me.
Not like literally fight you, but I want to like call you something dumb. I want to like attack your person. I don't want to like attack the issue, you know?
Right.
That's called ad hominem, right? Attack the person.
It is an ad hominem attack.
Yeah,
yes, you're right.
Nice.
So is that it? So I can respond to that?
Yeah, sure, go in.
Okay, yeah, like he's not wrong. Like that's actually kind of like that's just the vague thing I throw out there. Like, man, he's being an idiot. Yeah. Right? They're being idiots. Right? That is something I throw. There's an ad hominem attack. I agree. Right? But at the same time, I would argue every time I use that, I am using it correctly. Right? I would honestly,
idiot correct.
No, because they're acting moronically. Like that's what.
Okay, in your opinion, is
yeah. Okay, so it's an opinion. You're acting an idiot. You're being an idiot. That's my opinion, and I feel like I could defend it when I use it. I feel like when we start having some of the debates I've had with people are so outlandish, right? And like, it's, you know, I'm not going to get any specific examples because I don't need to go into the election again. But like during this election, right? There's been so much stuff that's happened where it's just like so ridiculous, off the wall criticisms of people, and you know, I feel like it's totally warranted when I use it. Apart from the fact that like, so I'm I'm a conservative. All right, so
really,
yeah,
shock.
So I'm a conservative, right? So like,
disgust.
When I disagree with someone, that's the ad hominem attack of choice. Oh, they're being stupid. They're being an idiot. But the ad hominem attack on me is like, well, you're a conservative, so you just hate black people. You just hate, like, you know, women. You know, you're just a neo-Nazi racist, right? So I mean, like,
all things that are true.
Oh, retract that right now, Chris. Retract that.
Retracting.
Okay. So, anyways, no, but it's like that. That's the sort of crap you have to deal with, right? So I feel like it's hilarious. Like, and I get that you're not the only one who brings that up. Some people are like, I don't really like the tone Spencer uses in his arguments. When I say like, I think this is a bad argument, whereas opposed to people will be like, man, fuck Donald Trump, fuck his supporters, they're all fucking racist, fuck Stephen Harper. It's like no one's like, oh, I don't appreciate that tone. Like no one ever says that. No one ever says that, right? It's only when the conservative gets like aggressive, gets like very opinionated, it says, oh no, you're being speaking in a very rude tone, Spencer. That's totally not acceptable. But in the meantime, yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Like it's the same breath, right? So it's just it's totally hypocritical. It is. You know, it is dumb, and I think that it's actually kind of unwarranted, right? Like, if the worst you're going to get out of me is being called an idiot, and man, I wish you lived a day in, like, my shoes or any other conservative shoes.
Okay, I'm not going to say that it's fair to call, like, conservative people that, like, recently they're, like, oh, fuck, what do I want to say here? It's not like it's fair to, like, shit on, like, your conservative leaders, Donald Trump, who say, like, fuck all these people, like, oh, like, they suck, like, but, like, because it doesn't help to add to it, like, a constructive discussion, you know? We're not really sharing ideas and opinions and feelings. We're just kind of just, like, attacking everyone's, like, political leaders and then the person. Like, it's kind of like gets this one big, like, brouhaha that, like, no one can really learn from or grow from. Which makes it kind of, like, tough to have like, a meaningful discussion. So I get what you're saying, where it's not really fair on either side. But you personally, I feel like you can, like, you don't have to, like, call people idiots, bro. Like, and a lot of people you like discuss with, they coming off on a lot of feelings, some things they think should be the way it is. Okay, wait, let me finish. Ways. Yeah, but like, and they're not always like grounded in as much political knowledge or fact as you would be, because that's more your thing. But you don't have to like come at them and call them idiots, so they're not as knowledgeable. You can just be like, hey, like, well, I'm not gonna say how you can argue, but like, you don't have to go that far.
No, but no, okay. I get what you're saying. I would love to not, like, you're right. Ad hominem is really not a place for in debate.
It's very base, right?
It's not something I would do. But it's like when it's so it's coming so fiercely from the other side. It's so petty to focus on me saying the word idiot, right? It's so petty, right? I'm
talking about you right now.
Think about like, even just if you weren't the biggest fan of Obama, for example, the whole underlying...
How could you not be?
The whole underlying, like, just theme of his presidency. Like, there's just this underlying current where it's like if you don't like him, it's because like he's the first black president. Like that's just like kind of a current that exists, that exists and looms over anybody who disagrees with him, right? So I mean, when you're saying it's the common phrase. I don't know if you've heard it. This is a very common thing a conservative say. It's like when the conservatives disagree with liberals, we think they're stupid. When liberals disagree with conservatives, it's because they think we're evil, right? So it's there's a total like when you're looking at degrees, it's way worse coming from the other side, right? So while I hear your criticism, and you're right, totally 100% accurate, I do call people idiots, so I disagree. They say you're being stupid, whatever, right? I do think it is a little petty, right, to be focusing on like that sort of attack, whereas but when you hear so much worse coming from the other side, like you just hate
people call you worse things.
Yeah, so it's like I think it's a little a little ridiculous.
But I am targeting you, not the people in general. I'm not saying you're the worst of the worst, but like
obviously, right.
The nature of the conversation is what I hate about you.
I just think it's a kind of precious, but to say that. But I hear your point. All right, Kris.
Don't patronize me. Call me precious.
Well,
jeez.
No, it is kind of precious. Like the idea that like sometimes he doesn't word things in an appropriate manner, but then this person who says that is like one of those vulgar people you'll ever meet. Right? So it's just I hear that it's just a huge double standard. But I take your point. Anyways, so can I get into mine?
Yes, of course,
All
of
right.
course.
So this has been. Oh man.
What is that?
Oh man.
What is it? Okay.
This has been like a criticism. I think it started like when we were in high school.
Yeah.
But it just every year it just becomes more and more prominent in our day-to-day conversation. All right, and
what is it?
And who you are, and like this easily tops the list as like my biggest criticism of you, Kris.
I know where you're going.
Yeah, you want to write it down?
Yeah.
Go ahead, write it down. I won't look at it. I can't read your handwriting, so you're gonna have to read it.
Okay, well you can narrate what I'm doing.
All right, so he's crouching down to write this note. I have a feeling he doesn't know what it is, or maybe he's kind of on like the tangent of what it might be, but I think he might be missing the bigger picture. So we'll see. You almost done there, Kris?
Almost done.
Scratchy.
Done. All this dead air. Okay, done.
All right, you got it. Okay, so my main criticism with you, Kris, is that you are extremely concerned and obsessed with status.
That is so not true.
That is
oh my god.
Were you off? Were you wrong? You wrote, he thinks my opinions differ. What?
When I'm with different people.
Yeah, so that's that's kind of what it is, right? So what it is, like, for example, right? I won't give specific examples because I know Kris would have a heart attack, right? Start panting. Oh, what are you gonna say?
Pause the podcast. Delete.
But like when he's with me and we're going back and forth making jokes.
Yeah.
Right? Kris is just as vulgar as I am. Easily.
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly. Just as vulgar. Like, even sometimes it surpasses it. Even sometimes it comes from, like, completely out of left field, some of the things that he says, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, if we're on the podcast and I say something like, I'm not the biggest fan of gender studies or film studies. You're like, Kris, like, whoa, buddy. Hang on there. Right? But it's just like, because he knows that, like, he has a certain set of friends, right, with certain opinions, and he's trying to like cater to everyone's feelings, and of course their feelings will take precedent over like, he's always to be very politically correct, right? So he always has to take the politically correct stance openly, but his sense of humor is the furthest thing from politically correct. So it's, he'll talk a big game about like, oh, Spencer, you're being very offensive. You're saying these things. I had a friend who came to me and he was very disturbed and bothered by a statement you made. And it's like when we're in private, he'll just be like, I didn't want to quote you exactly. He just really just like lay into things sometimes. And I'm just like, man, where is this Kris like on the day to day? Like, because I mean, you can't. You would rather, like, we went to a Wilfrid Laurier University. Like, you would much rather
Golden Hawks.
You would much rather concerned with what certain like elite students would
relax,
think about you.
Jesus,
that's exactly what it is, right? You need like to cater
that's
to their.
That's such an exaggeration.
That is
that is so
I've never
not
made
true.
A more accurate statement in my
all
life.
the time. I'm like, that is not the truth at all.
Dude, if we are in a Facebook group with a bunch of elite Laurier students.
Okay, none of them are elites. They're all like a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, past elites. But they.
Oh my god!
You agreed with me at least.
Even the word elite is so pretentious. I never considered anybody an elite.
Oh my god! No, Chris.
My god!
No, they're just very like important, self-important people, and it's just like they run certain
self-important.
Like they run certain organizations on campus.
All right,
that really
go on.
mean nothing,
Yes,
but like their opinions will dictate what you say in public.
Okay, go on. I'll finish and
that's
I'll
what
rebut.
it is. Your opinion,
I'll rebut.
Chris, I mean, it's totally accurate, right? Their opinions, their views will totally reflect how you speak, right? And of course, everyone does that to some degree, right? You're not going to go to your boss at work and start like swearing and cussing up a storm, right? But that's an understandable example. But when you have an opinion on something and you can't even say it because God forbid someone who runs a campus organization could be offended.
Shut up.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
You know I'm accurate.
May I start?
Yes.
Okay.
You may.
Yes. All right. It is true. When I'm talking with you and off mic, we're just shooting the shit. Yeah, I can be very crass. A lot with my old time friends, like
saying worse than the word idiot, Chris. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can say some pretty gross things and pretty bad things, but a myriad of topics. But it's not that like I'm like kind of curating what I say and like picking like I want to say like nice things about people here to like suit this crowd and be like really mean to Spencer over here. It's more that like I'm more comfortable with certain people. Like I've known you since I was like literally 8.
Yeah.
So like we've been friends for like the longest of times, most of my adult life, all of it probably. And so like I can just say things with you. I know how you are. I know like you're not gonna be offended. I know you're not gonna like be weird about it. I can just like figuratively speaking, let my hair down and just chill with you. But like when I'm with people I'm meeting for like the first time.
Jeez, Chris.
Or I've known for like...
That's the hangover.
That's the cigarettes.
Oh, God.
I've known for like a year or something. I can't just be like talking about like... The thing I talk about with you, obviously.
Okay.
Like
You're kind of painting a little straw man argument here. I'm not saying you go up to someone like you've never met and be like, what's your view on this contentious issue? Because
I also don't talk about issues in general either.
No, you don't. But even when you and I are discussing things, right? You always take the politically correct, like the most diplomatic.
That is what my views lie. Those are my views lie. Chris, it is funny to say things that are not my views.
It's just like, okay, so here's a good example. When some campus... you okay? You need some water, Chris?
Yeah, okay. No, it's cool. I'll power through.
So when, like, for example, let's say a controversy that comes up every year, right? On some campus, some university, some college, they had some sort of costume party where people were offensive. Right, it's like the very common total bullshit. Anyone who gets offended by someone's costume,
and I find those things are pretty offensive.
Chris is like, oh, very offensive.
I do find that offensive.
The idea that you can reconcile, like dressing up in a certain way for fun, right, versus some of the things you actually say that are 10 times more offensive, right? You can't reconcile that.
Okay, because the one thing is like, I'm not sure I'm making an argument for you, but those kind of parties, those are taking people's cultures, their identities, their backgrounds, and using them as like a prop for fun and jokes. What I'm making, I'm intentionally trying to be like alternative from the way I actually think, just for comedy.
Okay, so that's the same thing.
I like Bill Burr, I like Joe Rogan, I like Louis C.K. They're not very politically correct comics. I love all those guys because I like that humor. And I make those jokes with certain people, like you. But like, that's not actually how I think, and that's actually how
but you are making my argument for me because that's exactly the people who are going to these parties.
Yeah.
Right? I'm sure. Maybe a couple of them would be like bigots, but like most of the people going there just to have a fun time. They're not actually hateful of people who are Jamaican or hateful of any of people who are Mexican or anything like that. Right? It's just done in like a very fun and actually done out of a lot of time. Who's to say it's done purposely with like hate in your heart? Right, a lot of time it could be like someone like Bob Marley.
I'm not saying
maybe someone
doing it hatefully.
No, but the whole point is that it's like, why would you take it? Why do you instantly jump to they're doing it to make fun of or to make a joke about? the culture. Whereas that's like
it's pretty much implicit. They're having fun.
They're having fun
being someone else's culture.
Okay,
but
that's what Halloween
someone
is.
else's culture is not a joke.
But Halloween's not. But no one's saying it's a joke.
Well,
that's
like a fun thing. Okay,
no one's saying
we're getting off topic.
We're getting off topic. Right, but this is sort of the example I'm talking about, right? Because you're so like the same crowd that would get offended by that would be totally offended by some of the things you say.
Yeah, I know.
Right, so it's like I think that it is very hypocritical that you would come down on people who are just like you and me, who are just trying to have a fun time, and you're
now you're doing topic again.
No, but that's what it is, right?
You gotta ground this.
Yeah, but I feel like that's what I mean, right? You take these sorts of positions that would grant you status in like these certain circles. It's not status.
This is actually. Oh my god,
relax.
We're not in high school. Oh my god. Okay, can we? Oh my god, can we get off the Laurie topic? We've been graduating for over a year now.
But let's say hypothetically, we just spoke to the average person, a mutual person that we both know.
Yeah, okay.
I would say 9 out of 10 of them would say like, oh, Kris is a very politically correct.
They wouldn't say politically correct.
Just very carefully chosen, like very respectful humor. That's what they would say.
Very respectful humor.
But I think the people who know me, like some of your high school friends, right, and me, I think we actually the real Kris, and that's why I feel like you always hide the real Kris Barnes from.
That's because I'm an awkward person, not because I'm trying to do it on purpose. Actually, funny story. So like, one of my friends, a longtime friend, he's talking to a girl from like Laurie about me like a couple years ago, and he's like, so Kris, and he's like, yeah, he's like very quiet, very calm, and she's like, Kris?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
Okay, well, I think you see where I'm coming from. I don't think that you.
Okay, yeah, I do see your point. Yeah, it kind of comes off as like duplicitous, me being like
yes, exactly.
One way with you, one way with like other people who aren't you, but like it's generally because
and everyone does that to an extent.
I'm like reading my audience, working my material.
We're opposed to myself, right? I'm pretty much open with.
Yeah, which is what I like about you. You're pretty much 100 all the way around.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, so I mean, like I feel like that's something people should work towards, right? You shouldn't be hiding your opinions from people.
But those actually are my opinions. Just the jokes I make differ from my opinions.
Well,
oh my god.
That's a whole other topic.
Oh, okay. Well then, now I'm just mad. So,
all right, so I think that covers it. I think we should, now that we've aired our grievances for the Festivus for a little Festivus podcast.
Wow, we're running along.
I think we should do one last quick thing.
Okay, we'll make it like
Festivus miracle. We should say something that we appreciate about each other.
What are you fucking that guy from the debate?
Debate?
The Trump Hillary debate guys like, what do you like about each other?
That's what. Yeah, that's a good proper way to end a debate.
Oh so my god!
I think you should start. Okay. You should end with complimenting me, and I'll try and muster up some kind words for yourself.
What I like about you is that as I mentioned earlier, you keep it 100, like, and I mentioned this episode 1 too, but like, regardless of like who you're with, there are some like slight tweaks, but generally like your views are pretty much the same. Who you're with, and like, you're very polarizing, which I like. So people like who like you, they really like you. People who don't like you, they hate you. So like, I find that's really like good quality to have in people.
All right. Well, thank you for your kind words. So I think that's where we can end it for the day.
Oh my god.
No. I would say Kris is very kind heart, despite his lackluster decision making.
Oh my god! Why is the backhand a compliment?
He's a very caring person. Sometimes, I mean, he'll roast people when it's just you and me, but then he won't like go behind people's backs, like besides like his closest friends. No, in all honesty, he's a very kind person. Not the biggest shit talker, compared to other people I know. He doesn't like to be too mean spirited. And so that's definitely something that I like and appreciate.
All right, thank you very much. All right, now this is super long, so we're going to wrap it up here. So, yeah, like us on Facebook, No Girlfriend Podcast, give us a play on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter at No Girlfriend Pod, man. We're going to be tweeting there more often, so you don't want to miss out. And of course, shoot us an email at nogirlfriendpodcast@gmail.com.
Inbox is blowing up, Kris.
Again, it's nogirlfriendpodcast@gmail.com. Hey! Call Bill Burr. nogirlfriendpodcast@gmail.com. Please send us an email, critique us, give us your feedback, what do you like? What do you hate? What do you want us to do? Who wants to stop? We'll tell us to stop. We won't stop though. And but yeah, it's like keep the discussion going, man. Anyway, anything you want to say, Spencer? Any shout outs you want to make?
No. Just Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year. I swear to God, if you follow this up with saying Happy Holidays, you can get a punch in the face.
And I'm gonna say Happy Hanukkah and I guess Happy Kwanzaa, because Hanukkah's like tomorrow. Actually, I think it starts
All
tomorrow.
right, well then
And
that's
Kwanzaa's
a good
the
way
day,
to, that's a
Kwanzaa's
good way
after
to wrap it up,
Unboxing
then.
Day. So yeah, happy holidays.
Fucking Chris.
Enjoy your season, whatever you celebrate, and as always, stay single and stay hungry. Peace.
Merry Christmas.